Miami Dolphins mode. Yeah, Miami Dolphins mode. What? Miami Dolphins. Woo mode. Yeah. Woo.
Hello, Dolphin fans, and thank you for coming on the Miami Dolphins Mode channel. Today is the second day of free agency tampering period, and the Dolphins have picked up 3 extra players. We'll go over them, go over how the positions, a little bit about their history, and how they're going to mesh in with the Dolphins, all right? So let's just get right into it. First off, the defensive end from the Chiefs, Emmanuel Ogbah. Right now, he was originally drafted by the Browns in the second round, and he fell out of place there. But it wasn't he was the worst, but they were the worst lineman. But they were just rebuilding, and I guess from that they were able to ship him over to the Chiefs. Right now, with that 1 year that he went over to the Chiefs, he was having one of the best years that he had in his career last year, 2019. He's good against the rush. He's actually one of the top linemen against the ends against the rush, and setting the edge has been a big problem for the Dolphins. So that's some good news there. He was having a breakout season, but 10 games into the season, he got hurt for the remainder of the season. Okay, so he wasn't able to finish it out, but he was always pretty good against the run, even coming out of the Browns. But he just wasn't the sack machine that they were hoping for coming out of the draft. Right, last year he started, in those 10 games he had 5.5 sacks. All right, so it was looking like he was gonna get towards that breakout year, right? But the injury set him up short. Okay. With the Dolphins, you can see this is he's after we already got Shaq Lawson and Van Noy, which both they're good at setting the edge. So you got so he fits in well with. He could be a rotational player. He could be on each side of the line. Shaq Lawson on one, him on the other, or a combination with him, Van Noy, and Shaq. I mean, this as far as setting the edge, it looks good. At least for the perimeter for running backs, it's going to be difficult as of what we're seeing now, right? Last year they were able to go to the running backs were able to turn the corner and pick up some good chunk yardage, right? So with this pick, it just reinforces that they're really they look like they're committed to setting the edge at the very least. They still need to work within the middle, but this addition looks good from that standpoint, right? Also, it's I also mentioned that he had the 5.5 sacks within those 10 games, last year. So it was looking like a breakout. So the Dolphins, what they're seeing is they're seeing a potential here. This is what I'm getting from it. They're seeing a potential of him, being able to break out and be the player that he was drafted to be, especially in Brian Flores' defense. I like the signing. The injury is somewhat concerns me, but I don't think he had his injury before that. All right, so I do like the signing. I do like the edge setting and the potential that there might be more sacks than what is the norm for him. Especially in a Brian Flores defense, which he specializes in making defense complex and being able to take advantages of offense. Right. All right. So that's it. That's it for Ogbah. Let's go right into the next one, which is Jordan Howard. All right. Jordan Howard, running back. Right. Coming from the Eagles. He was drafted by the Bears. Right. The first 2 seasons that he was with the Bears, he had over 1,000 yards rushing on each season. And his nickname is Bulldozer. Just throw that in there. His first year, when he was his rookie year with the Bears, they really didn't fear Trubisky too much, right? And they really forced the Bears to beat teams by running the ball, and because of that, Jordan Howard, he faced a lot of 8-man fronts, right? Wow, because they weren't scared of the passing. So they stacked the box, 8-man fronts, and he was able to deliver. He had over 1,000 yards, the first and the second year. And the first and the second year, that happened a lot to him. Now he went over when he went over to the Eagles, he didn't produce the same numbers there. All right, and you would say that would be the question with Jordan Howard, because you would think that if he went to a team that from a team that couldn't pass to a team that can, that the lanes would open up for him, and he'll be able to, run better, right? Have more opportunities. But it wasn't the case. However, in scoring in the red zone, he is valuable as he scores a lot. He's able to get it in with a nickname like Bulldozer. Also, another thing is he doesn't catch the ball too well. That's what they say. Okay, that's what they're saying from Jordan Howard. And he's not considered to be a three down running back. And it looks like with this move, I mean, he is a good running back. He does have that power running, and he is somewhat elusive, but he doesn't have the explosiveness like breaks to break a big play, right? Usually. So I mean, these are a couple of things. I mean, they're paying him is a 2-year, $10 million. $10 million contract, about five. I don't know how much is guaranteed, so it's $5 a year if you break it down. But depending on the bonuses, the guarantees, and all of that, you would break down a little better. But he is a good addition to a running back committee that is very young, very inexperienced, and he has a good amount of experience with him. In 4 years, he's been there 5. And if he could return to the form that he had his rookie and his second year in the league, he would be a very, he would exceed the contract that he received, and definitely a veteran presence that needs to be in that running back room, all of them are pretty young. You got Kellen Balazs, Miles Gaskin, and Patrick Liard. I like the signing. I think that they needed to get a running back like this. And so I'm excited to see what's going on with Jordan Howard. Okay, now moving on to the next player that they picked up is Kamu Grugier-Hill. He's a linebacker, and he's also a big contributor on special teams. Right, I think he was a team captain with the Eagles on special teams. He was actually drafted by the Patriots. Okay, so Brian Flores has history with him, and he actually he made some comments about him that just praising the player. He likes the player. Says he's athletic. He runs the ball pretty well. I mean, he has good speed. All right, athletic. He's good. He's eager to learn. Good to teach. Hard worker type stuff. That's kind of what he said. So he's very familiar with him. He went out to get him. I mean, if in the second day to go out and get a special teamer, and then yesterday to also get a special teamer in Clay, they're really focusing on all the bits of the team, because it's offense, defense, and it is special teams, and he looks like some good depth at the linebacker position, which is needed. And also from Clay, I'm talking for Clay from yesterday, good depth over there at the safety, which is also needed. So these are good things that are happening here. As far as a couple of people that that the type of people that they're getting, the way they're doing their free agency. They're putting a lot on themselves though. They're because the players have question marks, but they're committed to being able to coach them and get more out of them than what they've been showing so far. All right, but I do like the pickups for free agency, and that's pretty much it for now. Thank you for your time. Go Dolphins.